Warning: the Atari Creep YouTube channel is intended for a mature audience. Regardless of the subject matter, this video may contain strong language, simulated violence, and lots of psychological nudity. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello there, how are you? You know what? I made this video. I went on and on and on. I had a great time. I'm pretty sure if you get to watch that, you'll enjoy watching it. But I didn't hit the record button. Went on and on and on. No recording for me. Hey, what's up, creepers and geekers? Chris the Atari Creep. How's everyone doing today? You are going to get B-stock version of what I just did, unfortunately. But of course, before we do that, if you're feeling good today, if you're feeling generous, charitable, you see this little purple thing right here? If you keep following down into the description, there's a little link you can click on. You can do a couple things with that link. You could just stare at it like an idiot. You could share it, which would be amazing. Or even more, you can click on it and you can donate to the Alzheimer's Association. In honor, of course, my father and the millions of others who have had to go through this. Not just the inflicted, but the folks that had to care for him and everything all the way around. The walk is in full-fledged go mode. It's been less than a week since I announced it. It's probably one of my last videos. And we're already at $1,255 motherfucking dollars. Oh, you guys are fucking killing it. My goal every year is $1,000. Not even a week. Not even a week, and you guys are destroying it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't thank you guys enough. But let's keep this ball going. The walk isn't until September. Holy shit, with this momentum, who knows where we can go. It's a great cause. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to others. And of course, I will do, I plan on doing like a memorial thing this year for all the stories I have heard. So if you've related any story to me, I probably don't remember specifics. If you want to be part of that, hit me up privately on any of the social medias. The Atari Creep is there. Just go into the private DM or whatever the fuck. No dick pics. I mean, unless that's your thing, then whatever. I can just delete it. It ain't gonna bug me. But let me know. And I plan on doing like a memorial page to thank each and every one of you, even if you haven't donated. But if you haven't, please share the link, because I get a lot of donations that way that I normally wouldn't have to begin with. So let's see, what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about this sexy beast right here. A very long time standing friend of the show, Mr. Poestyle, made a video and then reached out to myself, my really good buddy Arcade USA, Willie, and my other good buddy, Brian of Brian's Man Cave, and say, hey, would you guys mind doing a response to this video? Because I would be very interested in hearing your stories and hearing you relate your experiences and, of course, memories, which is what this is all about. Sharing our love for this crap, this useless plastic that we keep all over the house, and, of course, sharing memories and hopefully having a good time with it. And this beast right here was mine. Now, in my original video, I played a little prank on you. I said, we're going to look at my first console, and it wasn't an Atari VCS. Sorta. Fuck all that. This is the Sears branded Atari VCS, a heavy sixer model, meaning it was the first year it was created, 1977, when it was still made in Sunnyvale, California. Now, I do have a playlist called The Creep's Original Collection, which talks about, I think, this console in depth. I think I talk about why Sears had their own version of it in there. There is a video on my channel somewhere, so if you care to seek that out, we talk about what Telegames is and why Sears got the special treatment as far as rebranding certain consoles from Atari and then eventually from other companies. Like, oh my god, the Sears branded Super Arcade for Intellivision is like my next grail item. I mean, they're not that high, but they're not that easy to find either. Sexy. Almost as sexy as this. And if you ask me, this is the sexiest Atari console that has ever been made, going all the way up into the new VCS. The Vader being a very close second. But this is the one we had. I had the Sears Video Arcade Telegames model heavy sixer. I can't really tell you when we got it. I can't tell you how we got it. I can only speculate, and I'm going to relate a memory I think I had. So at the time, we lived in this house that was owned by the church my dad was a minister for. He was both a minister and a full-time VP in sales for a local trucking company. Now, he was vice president in sales, but he was still in sales. So our house was feast or famine all the time. It was either go time or scrape the walls for something to eat time. I mean, it wasn't that bad. My parents always made do one way or the other. We never went hungry or went without. But luxuries weren't to be had too often. So I can't imagine my parents went out and just bought one of these and a handful of games. So I have like this weird, vague memory of my folks coming in with just a random box that had this and the stuff for it and a couple of cartridges. But the other likely culprit as far as getting this into our home, and the reason I mentioned that house is because of the time period. We moved out in 83, I think. It had to have been 83. So we were there from, late 70s to early 80s when my dad decided to move on to a different church, and we got our own place on the other side of town. But regardless, that's not what's important. What's important is I think my parents did have a Sears card, and I think pretty much everything we got was from them because it was, it wasn't an immediate purchase. Swipe, swipe, swipe. And, you pay it off whenever you pay it off. So my best guess is that's why we end up with this specific model. Now, I do think Sears actually had regular Atari branded ones, but of course, this is something that would have been pushed on people at Sears, and I'm okay with that because look at it. Now, I do have a heavy sixer over here, which I probably should have taken down. I'm not going to. An actual Atari one. I don't have one of these. Ironically, I was filming a couple days ago a digital or online game hunting video like I did that one Atari day a while back, and one of these popped out for $50, and it had the proper everything, really. It had all the Sears branded everything, the paddles and controllers. It had the correct color power supply for $50, and I missed out. And you're not going to see that video because there was a weird glitch with Facebook that day, and it didn't matter what I clicked on. Every time I clicked on a new ad, the ad for this thing kept popping up, which I think was a sign to stop recording and jump on it because I missed out. I fucking missed out. But regardless, it is what it is. So I do have a playlist talking about all the games I had for this. I didn't have that many, but you know what? We can run through a couple of them. Here. We'll play a little snippet of it. Astro Blast, I don't think we're going to play too much because it doesn't work very well emulating, and I'm not going to do the use my phone and then use the computer because they don't communicate anyway. It's not like I could get the video up on to the computer either way, but we didn't have too many games. We had a handful of them, and I've talked extensively about each and every one of them, but I figured, what the fuck? Let's just go through them. Let's go through them again and have some fun with it. And the only other memory actually two memories I want to relate with this thing, on top of just having a great time having it. It's the only thing I can remember my sister also getting involved in quite a bit, especially when we got Pac-Man. She didn't care it didn't look like the arcade, neither did I. I was already used to that idea anyway. I was a little dude. But she played it constantly. I would never have thought in a million years my sister, she just wasn't that type of individual, would have jumped on the fucking video game, train and gone with it. But she played Pac-Man like a motherfucker. She rolled. It was awesome. It was awesome watching her. She also liked Space Invaders. But it was pretty cool seeing my sister get involved in something that I was really into. Since I was the youngest and she was the oldest. And I think there's a good 11 years between the two of us. So it was actually something pretty cool. Another memory is my brother, the older of the two. I have two brothers and a sister. Again, me being the youngest. I think his buddy let him borrow one of the porn games. I see never a memory of that, and my parents almost getting rid of the Atari because of that. My brothers fucked up a lot of things. I remember for years and years when I was real little, in the early days of the hype of the VCR craze, I wanted one so bad. I don't know why. I love movies. I'm more of a movie fan than I am this shit. And they got one while I was at camp. And they even wrote me saying, hey, we finally got a VCR. I can't wait for you to come home and see it. And then one of my brothers rented fucking Faces of Death, and my parents, of course, church-going people, not zealots, though. They weren't pricks about it. We're like, you know what? No. If you guys are going to pull shit like that, VCR is gone. And it did. they brought it back. They brought it back to the store, and I never even got to see it. I mean, of course, we eventually got another one, but that almost happened to this, and today would have been a completely different day, I suppose, as far as would I be talking about this? Pretty sure my friend had a couple of Ataris. He had a Coleco, he had a Master System, and he also had an Atom System that we played all the time at his house. So I was balls deep in video games at all times. So those are the only two real fun memories. I remember opening E.T. and Pac-Man on the same Christmas morning. I remember not reading the manual for E.T. and not knowing what was going on, getting a little frustrated. I honestly didn't get... I continued playing, meaning I just explored, almost like a sandbox type game. That's what I used E.T. for. I just thought it was cool to see E.T. up on the screen, and I was able to control him. I still, to this day, am a huge fan of E.T. and all things extraterrestrial as far as the movie's concerned. Abso-fucking-lutely. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. And the game never bothered me. And now that I know how to play it, it's a meh game at best. Engineering-wise, it's amazing for what he was able to pull off in, the whole story. We all know it by now, so I'm not going to get into that, but good times. So those are my true only real memories. That and wanting to play Air Sea Battle a lot with my friends, and them saying, no, let's play Space Invaders or something that's cool, because Air Sea Battle wasn't fucking cool for anybody. So let's run through a couple of my favorite games, and if I can pop up with any memories, then awesome. If you don't care to see the video games, well, thanks for coming by. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget that purple banner exists, and below that there's a link that you can do stuffs with. So go do the stuffs, and then come back. Or, you don't have to come back. I don't care, as long as you donate. It is what it is. So thanks for watching. We definitely have to start with Pac-Man. Now, there's a couple of games I'm not going to play. Like Journey Escape, for some reason, is not even in my fucking emulator, and I'm not pulling out my shit. People hate this game. People fucking absolutely hate this game. And you know what? To that, I say shut up. It's a good game. It plays well. It has its flaws. I absolutely love the sounds of this game. So nostalgic. I'm not going after all of them. You know what this game sounds like to me? It sounds like summer. Of course, we're going to play the always amazing Space Invader. This is my favorite port of the game ever. And that includes the arcade. I absolutely love this game. There's nothing about this game I don't like. Except for when I make that farty noise. So that means I'm dead. D-E-E-D, dead. Let's get these fuckers. And you know what? I can do the double shot glitch. I choose not to. Let's see if we can't get the UFO here. Ah, he got my way. Alright, never mind. I didn't time that right. Oh, they're getting fast! I hate them shields. Shields piss me off. Blammo! Okay, next game. So we might as well play the game that started the whole thing for me. Even though I don't have a person to play with. This is Air Sea Battle, or as it was known in my world, Telegames 27. That's it. You just shoot shit. I have a video of me and one of the girls playing this. Oh God, a while ago. There are multiple games. There are some where you can move your turret, others where you can't. In this case, you can only just go up and down. There are some where you can actually adjust where the missile goes and all kinds of stuff. This is actually a really fun game. Again, the sounds, just the gameplay and everything. We won't spend too much time on it. We've done that enough. But yeah, Air Sea Battle. This was the one that started it all for me anyway at home. Oh my goodness, is this one of my favorites. This blew my mind when it came out. Just the intro alone. We'll just get to the ship once. And we'll worry about it then. The idea is to run around and avoid all this crap. To get to the spaceship. Well, that clown just made me invincible, like, forever. Those little blue guys did too, see him? I got lucky, I got 2 of those. But will I make it to the ship? Alright, where's the ship? Where's the fucking ship? Come on, where's the ship? It's annoying. There we go. Yay! Now you gotta get the whole band into one of those. So you technically aren't done yet. Which is another unique feature of this game. Alright, next game. Now, I know I did say I wasn't going to try to play this. It's kind of a pain in the ass to play it with a joystick, since it's a paddle game. I will play a few minutes of it. This was one of my favorites also. I could play this game for hours and hours and hours. I just hate playing it without a paddle. And I'll be perfectly honest with you, I like the challenge this one presented more than the Intellivision Astro Smash. Though I know that's a little more iconic. You know, I don't even think a lot of people even realize this game got ported to the Atari 2600. But I played this one for hours. No joke. I would sit back in my easy chair that I plucked out of the trash. And I would play this on the TV that I plucked out of the trash. On the Sears Telly games that I did not pluck out of the trash. Using a cartridge I did not pluck out of the trash. But I would. This is one of those games that would have me engaged for a very long time. You know, typically Atari games, you play a few minutes and then you pop in another one. That was just kind of the way of the samurai when it came to that. But in order to play this properly, you have to have your paddle. Well, this next one is self-explanatory. It's combat. I don't have a second player. So we'll just go shoot this blue guy. And there you go. Combat. Alright, so we're going to end, of course, with the greatest of them all. We're going to kind of sandbox this one. Play around. We're not going to try to accomplish much. Just get it on the screen. Just get it on the screen. There we go. Let's wait for a question mark. See if there's anything in here. Give me a question mark, E.T. I don't want to call Elliot. Oh, we're in a hole. We're in a hole. I was so excited Christmas morning opening this thing. Whee! Get off me, get off me. Crazy scientist hooker. If you ask me, that was really only the first true flaw. Those guys are just a little too aggressive. And, I mean, I know these pits are a pain in the ass, but you can figure it out. You can figure out how to get by. But, you know, everyone wants to goof on this game. And, there's really no need to. It's got a really decent challenge. It has a goal. It just looks great. I don't care what you say. I think E.T. looks awesome. It looks like E.T. So there you go. There you have it. I hope you really enjoyed this down and dirty look into where it all started for me anyway when it comes to home gaming. Sears Telly games, I mean, was it going to be any surprise that it was an Atari console if you didn't know already? But like I said, there is a playlist where I talk about each one of these games and stuff more in depth. This video will also be in there. It's called the Creep's Original Collection or something like that. So if you're curious, by all means, go down there and check it out. And at the time of me filming this outro, Brian's Man Cave finally uploaded his, and I've watched it. Great video. I encourage you to watch that one. Of course, Willie's and Mr. Poestyles, who started this whole thing. Poestyle, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you asking me to be included in this. This is what it's all about. This is what it's all about. Sitting here sharing memories and relaying our excitement for these, at the end of the day, useless pieces of plastic that give us such joy throughout all these years. And, you know, now that we're all graybeards, we can sit back and reflect on the good times and continue on and hopefully share that with the next generation. Like I have a couple of kids in the other room, and hopefully they'll enjoy these same games for years to come. Guys, thank you always so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Remember, purple banner, link down below. Let's keep the momentum going. And in between every take, keep getting more. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. We barely even started and we're already smashing it. And I'm really excited. And I'm excited for you to be here. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Until next time, take care. Creep it real. And bye-bye.